Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back here again for European Race Night here at round 17 at Russia. Long track this, it's going to be a lot of DRS trains, wouldn't you agree with me, Ramos?
Yeah, especially after Division 2, obviously we experienced a lot of DRS trains. I mean, some of them were like, I don't really have an accurate number, but some of them were like 6 people long. It was absolutely massive.
Yeah, it was like P5 to like P12. That's how long they were.
I mean,
a bit hard to get through.
Yeah, I mean, they were quite a pain. I mean, especially I was trying to get through the field, and they were just all there, and it's just so annoying because you want to get through them, but obviously it takes time to overtake a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely one of the things that going to be key to success here will be tyre management. Is that not tyre management, ERS management? Because that runs out so quickly around here, and it's a lot of straight, so you're trying to defend, but on the other hand, you want to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just really, yeah, as you said, ERS is management. It's going to be a really big thing around here. Obviously, drivers are going to have to manage that really well because it's just a pain around here. Tyres, yeah, they're not really much of a problem. You shouldn't really have to really focus on tyre management. Usually, you can just get away with it quite easily.
Yeah, someone that is about to start a lap is GRA. As usual, he always tends to be the first one to go out and start the first lap, so if you'd like to take us on board with this one.
Yeah, here we go. So we've got the very long straight, so we're coming up to the DRS zone. DRS is now activated, coming into turn 1, pretty easy flat corner. Take as much curb as you want, but obviously GRA opting out for no curb, coming down into turn 2, a very hard braking zone. Quite a difficult corner because it really times out on the exit as we've got the fast and flowing left-hander. Pretty long, turn 3 this is. So it's quite a difficult corner, especially for pad players. Obviously, it's not as smooth coming down to turn 4, very quick corner. Hopefully it doesn't run too wide. And as I say that, it goes very wide, but luckily it doesn't invalidate. It comes down to turn 5. It's gone faster section 1, which is as predicted, coming down to turn 6 and a very quick turn 7 here. Braking just a little bit, using a good bit of curbs. And on the exit as well, not getting invalidated, shifting down to fourth, and to 9th, coming down to turn 10. DRS is going to be activated as soon as we're coming down the second straight. So this one's a very long, sweeping right-hander of turn 11. With a bit of turn 12 coming down hard, braking zone into turn 13, followed by turn 14, which is really difficult to get traction on, but GRA shows us how to do that very well. Turn 15 and 16 now, very difficult chicane. Press a little bit late, runs deep into the corner as we round the final couple of corners now. Here we go, coming up to turn 17, and the double right-hander coming up now. So turn 17, turn 18, very good braking zone as he comes across the line, just plants the throttle, goes quickly with a 133.9.
Yeah, really good lap there from him. Great banker lap as Dame Zero goes faster with a 131.4, so really good work there from him. Next across the line will be GRA's teammate of Crowding Door doing all. Hang on. Fastest lap, there we go. 131.5. With Finchi Racing doing a 137. Really good work there with Wispy as well doing a 132.2. Massey as well, 132.4. Really good laps here so far. McLaren next, I think he validated his lap as VRF1. Next across the line will be a McLaren of Fast Scope. He does a 132.7. Zach is Beast does a 132.9. Teo Towie, really good there with a 131.7. Who else do we have? I think that's kind of it for the time being. The Big G does a 131.8, a Renault with a 135.3, so plenty of time to improve there. Ferrari next of Ben does a 131.6. Kylie Boy now with a 133.2. Next across the line, we've got a bit of a break. GR8's coming back round.
Yeah, a couple of good stuff, good laps there. Massey on an absolute banging lap on those mediums, if I don't say so myself. So obviously, looks like it's going to be a dry race, but I will see if I can get any more information on that.
Yeah, someone that hasn't invalidated a lap and is on a lap currently. There's Total Recall, sorry, ERN Recall. He does a fastest first sector, so that's good there. And the Haas of RRF1, he's currently coming down into sector 3 now, so a heavy braking zone here. Can tend to lock up and go straight on, but does good work there. Getting plenty of rotation to corner, third gear. That is a difficult corner for traction, that is. Coming now into this chicane, that curb's quite dangerous in the sense it just sends you straight on, but has a really good line through there actually. That's nice and clean. Coming now into the final couple of right-handers, gets that hooked up nicely. Coming down to the final corner, short run now to the line, and he does a 1:35.5. So next now is ERN Recall that does a 1:31.8, but he did a fastest first sector, so lost a bit of time in the middle and last sector, I'm going to presume.
Yeah, so just got a weather report, and so it looks like it's going to be pretty sunny qualifying today, and then it's going to be a dry race, but just a little bit of overcast, so maybe the track might be a little bit cold, but not too bad. So obviously nice dry race, which I think everyone is quite thankful for.
Yeah, as Will Howard is out of the session, he crashed.
Yes, that's unfortunate. An early
So
retirement
turn 6,
already.
I believe that was. Looks like he lost the back end, hit the wall, and he was just in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Braking in front of me, or just braking and just crashing out. That's awful, especially in qualifying. It's not the nicest thing to happen. Obviously, I think that happened to you once, didn't it?
Yeah, there's VRF1 goes 1/10 quicker, so improving his time, but I don't think he gained a place out of that, so just need a little bit more time there, mate, and you can find some more positions.
Yeah, P2 all the way up to P7 is very close between each other, pretty much a tenth between each driver in that little section. But I mean, Finty Racing is just blistering ahead with a 1:30.7. I mean, that is a pretty quick time.
Yeah, really good work there. That went quicker than me last night.
Yeah.
In qualifying, but still plenty more time to maybe improve that time. Dame Zero, I think, could be a good contester here. Is he? He's only a couple of tenths off him, for about 6 tenths behind, so he can find that time as track evolution kicks in. But it's a long track. You have to time your runs very carefully.
Yeah. I mean, it really, I don't know, it's just a bit difficult.
Yeah, it is. I got 3 runs in, but I crossed the line with like 2 seconds left to go. So it was kind of a close call. It's really difficult, this track, to get the times, and especially with invalidations. That's always a tricky one.
I just got some information on Will Howard. It seems like he took too much curb on that corner, and obviously probably just lost it when going onto that curb. So that is not good for Will Howard, and that's really unfortunate as well.
Yeah, definitely. Big thing being out in qualifying. Obviously, he didn't get time, so he will be starting P18 as the McLaren goes flying through a fast scope there, past the racing point. As he is on a time lap, so I believe he'll be the. Actually, no, he's on an out lap now. Check it. God. Sorry about that. As GR8 has crashed, yeah.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate from GR8. Obviously, pretty solid lap. Yeah, I can't remember what corner that is. I'll just check now. I believe that is turn 9. Yep. So turn 9, he's just gone off, and that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. Just try to find some people on laps. Looks like the 2 Williams are on lap. The first of them will be Kylie Boy. So he's coming round turn last corner now. So he's crawling across the line. He goes 1 second quicker, 1.6 seconds quicker. Sorry, that's a really good work there by ERN Massey, going P2 with a 1:30.8. And Kylie Boy, his team, doing a 1:33.2.
Yeah, really good stuff from Division 3 already. Yeah, ERN Massey getting pretty close to Finty Racing just by a just by a hair, 10th of a second between the top two drivers.
Yeah, definitely. The two people that are quite close together are the two Hasses. The time, not the times, they're on track, so I don't know if he's trying to give him a bit of a tow. But, oh no, I think he might have abandoned his lap, or he's on an out lap. Neither is a two. But his teammate, Big G, is coming sector 3 now. Oh, he's lost the back end.
I mean,
is it something I said?
Nah, it seems like it. But yeah, I just saw that. That's a really common mistake I've found. It's very easy to get really eager on the power and just go around. I don't know what it is about that corner, but it's really easy to just lose it.
Yeah, very difficult to lose it. A few cars going 10ths quicker, so really good work there from those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Finty Racing Massey, I mean, that is ridiculous. Those times they are. I mean, they're division some of the top of the field. Division 2 times. So, I mean, don't know what they're doing in Division 3. I mean, I've just got a little bit of team radio. That Dame Zero has just said to Skeefy that Dame Zero has just said, what is he doing in Division 3? And I am asking that same question as well.
Yes. Yeah. I'll pretend I know what you're on about. I'm not sure. But what? What?
Well, so look at the times that he's posted.
Oh right. Okay, we're on. Okay. I was really confused. I thought someone had done something.
No.
I was really confused. You're on. Okay. Right. I'm with you now. I'm with you. You know me, a bit slow. But a few drivers coming in on laps, and I'm seeing a lot of invalidations. One to talk about just now is RRF1. He's invalidated his lap, so he's either going to have to do another run on these mediums. He's actually out on the mediums.
Yeah, and just a second to talk about the standings. Massey and Dame, they're very close in the standing for the championship overall. Dame with 267 points and Massey with 259 points. So at the moment, Massey being ahead of Dame, that is not going to do Dame any good stuff at all. So he's going to need to just try and get ahead of him in the race to just, beat him or not lose the championship to him.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see this one go to a last race.
Well, you never know. I think it might do at how close it is between these two drivers, but it's like ERN Massey just favouring this track more than Dame unless we see any more movement in the qualifying times.
Yeah, there's VRF1 coming across the line now. He goes 10th quicker, putting him up into P10. So good work there for him doing 1:31.9. I think a lot of drivers are in the pits currently though. Is that or starting laps?
Yeah, I think about now is sort of the optimum time that the track is going to be at its just sort of best, its peak. So obviously a lot of drivers are going to be waiting and then probably going for their final and third and final run, or maybe their second run of the day, which will hopefully be their last run, and we'll settle them in the positions that they will start in for the race.
Yeah, definitely. Just see so many invalidated laps. Such a difficult track to get that lap correct.
Yeah, I mean, I was so surprised with GR8's first lap. I was watching that. I was like, that should have been invalidated. I mean, well, obviously he knows where he can not get it invalidated.
And definitely in time trial it was a bit of a sticky one to get that invalidated. But he's managed to. I was up in my seat going, oof! But he's managed to do it, and if he can keep doing it, he's going to gain. But I'm just on board with Massey now, watching him come through sector 2. Yeah, he's coming in sector 2 now, sorry. He looks like he's doing a really tidy lap actually. He's getting his upshifts correct, he's using the right amount of revs, he's hitting the apexes. He uses a lot of curb there, that's what you should do. Getting that extra rotation. I see how he takes this corner nicely there, carrying a lot of speed through there, so really good there. coming now down to the back straight, DRS straight, getting the rotation really good there. Just looking at his his car, the back end likes to swing round and get that rotation in, just watching on board.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to the driver how they have their setup, whether they like the rear end obviously sticking out and flailing out, or whether they just like the front to more go in and just be more planted. But it's just really based on your style.
Yeah, what's your style then?
I don't. I like the front to turn in nice and quick and to have a planted rear, but sometimes I do like to have a little bit of a taily end.
Yes, Massey goes fastest with a by 1/10 with a 1:30.6. Good lap there.
I mean, yeah, that's going to put Dame under a lot of pressure because he's got to improve by a lot to get ahead of Massey.
Yeah, he has. Drivers are starting laps, I believe. Yeah, a lot of drivers. Someone that is starting a lap is Dame Zero, so we have to keep an eye on that one, see how he can do and if he can improve.
Yeah, because I mean, this is going to be really key for the championship, and obviously, with very few races remaining, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top to win the championship.
Yeah, definitely. With Wispy going the 10th quicker. Dame Zero's teammate of Ark, he's out lap. Who's next across the line? Kylie Boy is next across the line. No, he's not. He's on an out lap.
Just having a look whether or not ERN Rico's going to be his lap or Big G, but looking at Big G and ERN Rico.
On sector 3, he just lost the back end where we saw one.
That's unfortunate.
Someone.
I think it was a Haas.
Yeah.
That's a Big G, but Big G and ERN Rico are only separated by 0.001 of a second, so I believe that's 1,000th of a second. That is very close.
Yeah, very close. With RRF1, couldn't improve that lap. I think he might have just backed off a bit to get another lap in. As we're seeing a lot of cars come around now. Ben coming around now. He's on now, of course he is. There's a bit of traffic now into the last corner as everyone's trying to adjust for position and start their final laps. It's crowding Dog now finishing, going P4. Ben going P6. Who's next across the line? Shadow Wolf, he does a 1:33.3, going 8/10 quicker, so good work there to gain that much time in that lap. Next to Racing Point, but I believe he is pitting. Yeah, it's Wispy, he's pitted. Next, who's this going to be? Dame Zero actually pitted, so he won't be doing another time lap. So yeah, that'll be his starting position. There someone can improve, as his teammate does improve by 3/10, but that's only good enough for P14. Kylie Boy as well, he goes 4/10 quicker. He does a 1:31.8 as Hoots just jumped up there. Is that crowding door? No. It was Zach's Beast. He goes 4/10 quicker, moving him up into P6. A big jump there from him. Renault driver next of Fin2 Racing does a 1:30.6, doing a fast last sector. Who will be next? A Ferrari of ERN Recall coming around last corner now. 3/10 up in the last sector, but it's only good enough for P9. Doing a 1:31.7. And I think
yeah, I believe that is it as well. I hope so. We've got this whole glitch again, but just looking at the pole position times, I mean, that is very close indeed. 400ths of a second splitting P1 and P2 of Massey and Finty Racing. So there you go, qualifying is over.
Yeah, definitely, that was quite close at the top there. And it was interesting, Massey getting pole position with... And Dame Zero only doing P3, so he's not far.
So Dame's, Dame's got to perform. He has got to perform in the race to try and catch and stick with Massey.
We know you like your rundowns, Ramos, so take it away.
Okay. So Massey taking pole position today at Russia, followed by Finty Racing, Dame Zero, ERN Crowd, Teotawi, Zach's Beast, Ben, Wispy, Aaron Recall, Big G, Kylie Boy, VIF1, Redmond, Farscoped, A-Turk, Shadow Wolf, GR8 retiring, and Will Howard also crashing out of the session.
Yeah, definitely a big shame from those drivers. GRA's usually quite up there, I think. Doing really good, so it'll be interesting if he can work his way from the field and gain some good points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just gonna. I think people gonna need to watch is. I think Finty Racing Massey, that's going to be really close in the opening couple of laps, because obviously Massey's going to punch a hole down the straight because it's just such a long,
Yeah, I was
just
about
such
to
a
talk
long
about
run.
that.
To turn, yeah, sorry, yeah, it's just such a long run down this turn one, so it's just like you're jostling positions constantly, and obviously being P1, you're going to lose out big time.
Do you reckon he's not in favour then for being P1 into turn 1? Because, well, turn 2 it is, technically. But he's just going to get a slipstream. Like we saw Skeefy yesterday in Division 2. He went from P4 to P1 on down the first straight into the first corner.
It's just trying to defend that position, and I definitely think, obviously, just from talking from Division 2 last night, there was mayhem down in turn 1, obviously collisions left, right and centre, because it's such a hard braking corner, and people can sometimes get the braking zone wrong, go into the back, and it just go absolutely horrifically wrong. But I don't think Massey's in a good position being on that pole position.
He's going to have to use a lot of his ERS standards to turn 1,
Yeah.
and that's not what he's going to want to
Yeah.
do.
And it was Fincher racing behind, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
where I think he's probably quite happy, but I think at the same time he's probably thinking, I could have got pole, but obviously, but them two are in a different league in themselves. I mean, 5/10 ahead of Dame in third place. So I mean, I would imagine seeing them two moving up to Division 2 probably as well as Dame, and up to Division 2 for next season, because I mean they're outperforming the rest of the grid by quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Any wheel runners here, because I know Division 3 is mainly controllers, I believe. They're going to have a big disadvantage because the controllers always had better starts than a wheel. So that will be actually interesting. Let's say if Massey had a wheel and Fintu Racing had a controller, he's going to get him nice and easy down to turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And a disadvantage of having the pad is that turn 3, that really long sweeping corner. Controllers aren't very good at, getting a nice smooth motion around the corner, so it's going to be a lot harder for those pad players. But whether or not we have any wheel runners, I'm not too sure. I feel like we have a couple, but just looking at tyres, got a couple of medium runners at the back of the grid. I think it's only just 2, Redmond and Will Howard, opting out for the, I believe, alternate strategy of mediums to soft.
Yeah, I would have thought the rest of the grid down to from P11 to P18 would have all gone mediums, because the alternate strategy really worked yesterday. And on Sunday. That's it. That's the one. So it's gonna be interesting. Like, I would have thought a lot of them would have gone mediums to soft, because that is a strategy, soft to medium, and just do that alternate strategy and see if you can get him. Because if you can just stick in a DRS, you're gonna get pulled along, and
Yeah.
you guys do.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting down in turn 1, because it's just going to be very difficult jostling for positions, and obviously the next corner, turn 3. I mean, it can be a good overtaking opportunity, because getting that inside line is so overpowerful. So it's just much better taking the outside line down to turn 2, and then just hope you can get a much better, run down to turn 3 and just take that inside line.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say we're going up? Another corner to it would take is that swooping left-hander in sector 1. No, I think that is a good overtake opportunity, either up the inside or around the outside.
Yeah, that's what I was discussing. I mean, it is definitely an interesting corner. It's an awkward corner,
Yeah, it's easier than it was the last couple of years, because now, what's the Codemasters? They've actually added downforce. That's a thing now. Not just a car being planted on the ground. So it's much easier to take high-speed corners.
Yeah, I've just got a message. So, just for you, you know, remember, right? So VRF1 is no longer going to be called VRF1. We're going to call him Stocky. All right, got it?
Okay.
Because we do not promote other leagues. ERN is the best. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, is that a league? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's a league name. So, but it's nice to have different people from different leagues, just because we get a variety of different drivers. You know, I mean, there's quite a few different drivers, different leagues, but it's interesting to see. I think most notably, I remember is NRC. That was a big thing in Division 2. There was a lot of NRC drivers, and it almost felt like NRC versus ERN.
Fight!
Yeah, it genuinely was. It was like, oh, yeah, NRCs are up at the grid and the ERN's down below. It was just, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see, you know, different league runners.
Tell you something to quickly talk about. We haven't had to, touch wood, we haven't had to restart.
Oh, well, it looks like everyone is sticking to the 5-minute rule, so hopefully we're going to be going very shortly.
Hopefully.
And it looks like, I think they've just been given the go. Yeah, they've just been given the go, and we're going to be getting underway shortly.
Yeah, you can take soft to mediums, just quickly about the strategy. Soft to mediums, easy one-stop, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually lap, I think 11 to 13 or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer you can take them. You know, it's...
We had a lobby restart yesterday, so we could take them a bit longer because we didn't have the wear from qualifying. So I think it's around lap 10 or 11 for these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we jostle around to quickly get all this track map up. Tweers. There we go. Just get to watch these beautiful cars go around the outside, around this track.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually asked you, what's your opinion on the track?
Oh dear. I didn't dodge the bullet. It's a nice flowing track now. It's been more difficult, personally for me, in other games, 2018 and 2019. I didn't like that track round with those cars. But it weren't too bad yesterday. I didn't have great pace, but I didn't get too many penalties.
Yeah, I mean,
you had the
incident, but there's a big thing about penalties, because I saw a couple of drivers who were around me who have like 9, 6 and 12 seconds. I don't know who that was, but sometimes there was a ridiculous amount of penalties. So I think penalties are going to be a huge thing, as I've just seen that I think Kylie Boy's really backing up the grid. He doesn't want to help his teammate at all.
Yeah, that's one thing I do find on formation laps. Everyone has their own little spot to back people up. That for me is a bit annoying, but
I think it's just almost the grid accelerates and then someone just lags behind, and just everyone just trying to catch back up. But it's definitely good to slow it down coming into sector 3, just to because you don't want to be waiting on the grid for ages, do you?
Definitely not. So I can't. There we go. That's the button. I couldn't find.
Kylie
back.
Really backing up the grid. He is not wanting to help his teammate up in pole position at all.
Yeah. It's a bit annoying, not gonna lie, but
Yeah, but I'm excited for this, for the rundown down to turn 1, and we're gonna wait for the people to form up.
Yeah, last car's coming across the line now. Will Howard going to be running off the last man in the grid. See where he can come in those medium compounded tyres. But lining up on the grid now, trying to find the good position, looking from the front as I can only. There we go. As it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. The Williams at the front of the grid gets a good start, but someone does get a good start. It's Fin2 Racing, Dame Zero behind as well. He's getting a slipstream off these drivers. He's doing exactly as we said as the Ferrari goes into the wall down in the main straight into turn 1. And that's a Haas as well, hits the wall, and the 3 wide into turn 1. Massey takes it, and he's Massey spun. Oh my god, Massey spun. Fin2 Racing also back there. He's struggling. That's promoted Dame Zero into P1. Oh my god.
I mean, that was absolutely crazy. Obviously, we had ERN recall of the Ferrari. What, did he hit the barrier, or I only just saw wings flying?
It's difficult to go side by side through there. I know it's it's not really a tight corner, but people like sometimes do cut you up a little bit because you don't expect how tight it is, and it can be a bit close on that wall, and you sometimes have to back out of it. But
I mean, all I saw was just like the flying wings, so it's so unfortunate from Rico and Massey as well. As we're talking about, he's obviously fighting for the championship here against Dame Zero, so he's lost it now. So Dame is feeling a little bit more comfortable as he's
not going to be happy with that, is he, Massey? He's gone from P1 to P17.
In a matter of corners, and Dame promoted up from P3 to P1, so he's absolutely enjoying life here.
Definitely. I didn't see Fin2 Racing spin, but he's down in P7, so I don't know really what happened there. If he just got caught out, had to take the escape road, or what? A bit unsure.
I'm not too sure either, but I think we're going to have to be looking at Teo Taue for this safety car restart, because I know Teo Taue he's not an aggressive driver, but if there's a move, he will go for the move. You know, he's one of those drivers.
We say he's been following his career so far, I do remember him being rookie in what was it, France, as we was watching him doing some brilliant moves. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think he'll probably be trying to make some moves on Dame going into turn 1, because obviously, you know, punching a hole again is Dame going to lose out positions from the safety car restart.
Yeah, I'm surprised a good few people did pit, actually. I was about to say Massey, he pits. He's been held up in the pits actually by his teammate, so that's a bit unfortunate there, as this game doesn't like double stacks. A few people do pit, and is this helped them? They've got 2 hard runners, 2 medium runners. So those hard runners are going to try and take them to the end of the race. So I would say they could do. Sideways not a big thing around here.
Yeah.
Those medium runners could, I think, maybe.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it will definitely be. There will definitely be dead. I would be with Redmond going for the hards. Well, it depends on how long the safety car is going to last for. You know, because if it lasts a couple more laps, maybe those mediums will be able to take it to the end. But those hards will easily, quite comfortably, get to the end. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, if I was a hard runner right now, I wouldn't want to catch up to the back of this pack straight away. I'd want to be hopefully racing around, trying to get those heat into those tyres. It's not going to work sat behind that safety car, as there's been a big pile up behind the safety car. As I just saw a few drivers going into the back of each other. I don't think anyone lost any wings.
I think everyone just got a little bit excited. There was a bit of a straight line. You know, just go for it. I think
send it.
Obviously, obviously just coming into turn 13, so everyone was maybe a little bit too late on the brakes. But yeah, not too many penalties out on the start, just crowding.
I think those 5 seconds, there actually could be contact on the safety car, or the what's it called? Speed in the pit lane, that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did notice those 3 penalties for those 3 drivers did pop up very closely in line with the safety car coming out. So whether or not they are safety car penalties, which in that case they could probably get them removed if it is very unfair, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, just looking at the winners and losers, the winner from that start was definitely Dame Zero, getting P1 from P3 with those 2 drivers spinning out. Definitely something going to be looked at by the admins and the stewards. He gained 2 positions. Teo Taue gained 3, so did Zach his Beast. Big G gained 6 off the start. Ground Door lost 1. Fin2 Racing lost 4. Ben has stayed where he is, but he's unfortunately got a time penalty. GR8's gained 9, so he's definitely gained off this safety.
Yeah, obviously because he crashed out in qualifying, so he's absolutely laughing. He's really enjoying this race so far after an absolutely awful qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think Tari's got a win yet in this season. I definitely haven't seen him on that top. I don't know if he's got a podium, but I know he definitely hasn't got a win yet. So could this maybe be his chance? It's only one position in front of him.
Yeah, it might possibly be. Another person to talk about is Will Howard. He was at the back of the grid and was saying in the chat he's quite happy with the back of the grid. He's got a lovely bit of clean air behind him. Obviously not too much in front. But gaining out 8 positions, getting back into the points, so he's pretty happy as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised if a good few other people didn't pit maybe to go on the hards. Would that been something you'd done if you were sat up in P5, P4, P3 maybe?
Well, as in do an early pit stop?
Yeah, do an early pit stop for the hards or mediums.
I don't think it's worth it. I think you may as well just... The safety car is way too early to go and pit for the mediums. So I think if they've done the right option with the top 9 upwards, staying out on those softs, because you're not really going to gain much, are you?
Because the safety car's in this lap by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Is the safety car in this lap? Yeah, it is in this lap as Dame Zero has gone. Sorry, he's using overtake straight away. The person that is under pressure is Taui. I'm trying to get a good position there with Zach's beef right on his tail. He's going to start looking up the inside now into turn 1. Where's he going to come out? He's going to send it up the inside. No, he doesn't. He backs out. Good choice there. Not wanting to cause any contact now on this restart. I'm trying to save it for the race. Not many other drivers going to look for moves. Someone that's going wide is ERN crowding door. He goes quite wide there, but keeping it nice and careful there. Not losing the back end at least. Not too many overtakes on this restart. Plenty of people just leaving their space, not going to look for any dangerous moves.
Further down the grid, Will Howard and Farscape really going at it, as well as Massey obviously trying to get some positions on Shadow Warfare. He's just trying to get past him as quick as he can.
Oh, as Will Howard just had a bit of a lag spike there, and Farscape almost went into the back of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do feel for Massey, obviously dropping down the grid with the slower drivers, and it can be really frustrating just being behind some slower drivers, which you can really easily overtake. But
as the Williams is right on the back of Farscape now. He's going to look up the inside. Is he? Yes, he is. He's going to look up the inside. Oh, was there any contact there? Don't think there was. Might have been a little bit of wheel banging there, but no one spun, luckily. The Williams, Kylie boy, he did lose the back end there. So there might have been a bit of contact, but nothing too dangerous there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great stuff. Nice and relatively clean off the restart. No major collisions from what I saw. Obviously, no one pitting for another wing. As I just seen a wing of, I believe, ERN Recall just flying off as he's going too wide with Redmond.
Definitely no many positions going down in turn 1. I think that's McLaren, is it? Yeah, Farscape. Oh, he's been pushed out wide. He's had to hit the barrier there. He got a 3-second time penalty for that, so he's not going to be happy with that at all. Is that a Red Bull? Yeah, he's Red Bull spun. Turn 1, he spun again, trying to get himself back right.
I got very worried because I thought that was Dane and I was going to be like, oh my, that is not going to be good.
Oh, as Farscape's looking around the outside, he's been pushed out wide by the Williams car there, and he just couldn't get that move done, so he's itching to get past right now. He just can't get it done. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Taui and Dane really running away now from Zach's Beast.
Yeah, definitely. Taui only 1 point. He's going for the move. He's looking up the inside. Can he get this move done into turn? I don't know what corner this is actually, but there was contact there, and he just can't get it done. He's going to look around the outside though, keeping his nose there, but does a good thing and back out there. Saves fight another day. So.
Yeah, I mean, as I predicted, probably be quite aggressive, and he went for the move. I mean, there was a move there, and he went for it. So, I mean, good on Taui. A little bit of contact though. Running a little bit wide into Dane, but I think Dane just got a little bit scared from that. He's probably just wanting Towers to just go away.
He does have a lot more ERS, Dame does, actually. He's got 73%, and Towie's only got 80, 14, 12, 11, 10, 9%. But he's going to look up the inside. No, he just stays there. I don't think he should have used that overtake down main straight, though. He's just using it again, actually. I think he's not going to help himself here. Dame's got so much more ERS. And I think he's just itching to get past at this point, because he's up here.
Yeah, I think he's just, yeah, as you said, he's really wanting to just get past, you know, just get through, but obviously Dame's putting up a good fight. I think, yeah, Total is really trying to push to make the overtake, but Dame's just, you know, quite comfortably sitting in front with a nice chunk of ERS, so when he does get under pressure, he can quite easily deploy that ERS and just, you know, run away.
Yeah, just quickly, back to Tertari and Dame. Do you reckon Dame has a little bit of an advantage here? Because I haven't seen Tertari running this like top area in the race really, not what I remember anyway. And could this be to Dame's advantage, just being at the front of the pack, having that more experience?
I mean, I think Tertari probably feels a little bit more pressure than Dame, just because it may have been.
He has a penalty as well.
Oh yeah, I've just realised that as well. So I think he just feel probably Tertari's got a lot more pressure because, you know, being at the front of the grid, there's only so many positions that you can gain, and there's quite a few that you can lose. So it's just trying to hold that podium, because you can only hold 2 positions for that podium. So he's gonna feel a lot of pressure. Dame, obviously, a lot of experience at the front of the grid, having a really dominant season so far.
Yeah, that's a yellow flag. In sector 3, that's Will Howard that spun just in front of the pit wall, actually. And which way is he going? Is he going to spin left or right to try and get? Yeah, he's going to go left to try and get in. Oh, he's destroyed his wheel trying to get into the pits. He's out of the race.
Oh no!
In the pit lane.
Oh no! No!
That is slowly falling off. There it goes.
Oh no!
That's a
that is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate.
The thing about Division 3, a car crashes out, it's a virtual safety car. You lose a front wing, it's a safety car.
Yeah. I mean, that is... Will Howard has had no luck this season. He's really been unfortunate. He's just not had a good time. And this is going to just add salt to the wounds. So unfortunate. He was running such a good race from the back of the grid. He was up in 10th place and then just started dropping down.
Yeah, just see if there's any penalties off this virtual safety car, but no, everyone's being safe, but someone that did get a good start is Tertawi. He's looking up, he's past Dame Zero already, going into this down. Oh yeah, he gets past him already. Great work there, but Dame's got 80% on his ERS. And Tertawi, oh, he almost loses the back end. He almost hits Dame, takes them both out, but luckily lives to fight another day. Oh, someone going off to there a bit wider. That's the Red Bull Vark struggling now to get his tyre back up to temperature after that
VRF1's just gone off. I think he's just doing FDF.
And he's retired in the pits.
Yeah. No, he crashed out around turn 10, sector 2.
No safety cars, VSCs. Great one. Looking back up, Big G, ooh, looking up the inside, the crowd indoor goes, I think there's a bit of contact there, pushes him out a bit wide, but crowd indoor, he's going to be looking for ERN crowd, and he's looking up the inside. Can he get this move done? He's going to try the long way round. Can he get this done? Oh, it's contact and he gets into the wall. Who was that? That was Big G that got flung into the wall there. That's the yellow flag.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I just rode on board with ERN Massey, making a move on Farscope, so he's making his way up on the grid after an absolutely awful start to the race. So he's absolutely going for it. See if he can catch up to the grid.
All or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, grid quite settling down there. A few gaps beginning to gain. They're all within DRS range-ish, but I think the best thing is stay in DRS. But someone, oh, Dame just hit the wall.
Yeah, I just saw that. I don't think that was no, it's no damage. He is lucky from that. Very lucky indeed.
Very lucky indeed, he got away with that.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to try and go for a move down this long straight. He's got plenty of time, plenty of ERS. See if he can make a move.
Yeah, no. Coming now down in the last corner, he's going to try and get the best exit possible. Tertawi going to be using that ERS off the exit. He's only got 6%, Dame got 65%. Big difference there, but he got it on the exit. Now the slipstream and DRS, he's gaining on him, but he's not. He's got a lot of experience here at the front of the grid, and he's not going to let the young one of Tertawi have one up on him, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's just going to wait for Tertawi just to use all of his energy, which, I mean, that's what he's doing, so that's part of Dame's plan. He's just going to wait for him to use it all up, so he could just, you know, put full power, put everything into it, and just go for a nice, easy overtake down the straight.
Yeah, definitely. A few cars fighting together is Ben, Fintu and Crowdin. So those two are all really close together. So could there be a bit of a DRS train there? And was Fintu Ray? I think Crandall may have just had a little bit of a struggle on the exit, and he's right. Fintu races right on the back of Crandall now. DRS enabling with overtake. Crandall got less overtake than him. He's using it though. He's trying to keep him from. But he's not going to catch him down to this DRS. Down to the corner, sorry.
Yeah, Wispy just managed to get past Giro just now, I believe that was. So, very good move from him. Obviously, I think Dame's going to be. Oh, he's gone into the pits. I think he's gone for an early pit stop. See if he can get the undercut on Tertawi.
It's lap 10 anyway. What do you mean early pit stop?
Well, it's lap 9. He went in on lap 9 rather than lap 10. So just a lap earlier.
Sorry, yeah. Massey sets fastest lap of the 1:35.7 on those mediums. So great work there from him. He's pushing through the grid now. But Tertawi, is he going to react? Is he going to have to push really hard now? He doesn't have the overtake to really push hard and try and get this overcut on Dame. As Crowd Indoor and Fintu racing side by side. Fintu racing, just getting in front of him into the corner. Crowd Indoor going to look round the outside. Maybe should have backed out of that one. Weren't enough room there for him to get that one past. But good efforts for him trying anyway. These three are really close together. So I'm just going to ride on board with these three now. Coming. Going to watch them down into the DRS straight actually. See if there's a bit of free wide action, or they're just going to try and bide their time and stay behind each other.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be constantly going for positions. I mean, what can they do? It's just a massive DRS train, and that's
this is going to help Tertawi, who's good.
Yeah, that is really going to help Tertawi. That couldn't have come at a better time.
He just needs to hope he doesn't quit during pit stop, because Dame won't get the undercut on him. So yeah, he's pitting in and out. Oh, this is spice things up big time.
Yeah, that has as well. That really has. So Tertawi obviously goes for the pits.
Dame Zero is currently coming under the bridge. Oh, it is going to be tight now. Dame Zero, he's gone full throttle. I'm on board with Dame now in a minute. He's coming around now, right hand corner, gets that nice. He's got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes here. As well as Tertawi, he's just come out of his pit box. Oh, Dame Zero's coming around the last corner. This is going to be close. Where is Tertawi? He's come out. He's come out now, and Dame Zero's got the undercut on him. Off. As they come out side by side. Oh, actually, who's going to get the run down into turn 1? He's got the inside line, but Dame Zero might not want to. Oh, it's contact! I don't think there's no damage, no, but Tertawi's going to hold it around the outside of Dame Zero. Dame Zero's going to really push it in there, but Tertawi does the overcut on Dame Zero. Oh!
That was so close. That was really close. I think without that VSC, Dame would have made that undercut work beautifully. I think it would have been a lot further ahead than now, obviously, but Tertawi have really been lucky without VSC.
Definitely. I think that Dame will be quite... Oh! Oh! Jesus!
Blimey!
It weren't just me that saw that, was it?
No, I saw
Dame flying. Oh!
Yeah, Dame flying on 2 wheels. Wow!
I bet he's got a smelly cockpit right now. Jesus. He didn't get any damage from hitting the wall either. I don't think he missed the wall, luckily.
He got very close.
He lucked with him today.
Yeah, that was... I've done that once in time trying. I mean, I crapped myself when that happened. But Dave doing that in a race, I mean, I thought it was going to roll or something. But that curb is massive. It is an absolute monstrous curb. And just, you know, hitting that and you're gone. You're on two wheels.
Definitely, I'm just shocked on how that happened. You got to really be pushing to do that. Like, you've got to be going over that almost flat. But oh god. But Massey up into P2 now with non-lap mediums.
I've just seen that. He's made this work. If he can make those mediums work to the end, he's in with a shot of getting back into the podium, and Wispy as well. Maybe he's in for a shot as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just gonna have a look at the stops quick. Yeah, they did do the stops, so technically they are P1 and P2. Is Massey gonna look it up the inside? Can he get this move done? Yes, he has. He's got it done before they even start turning in and braking. Beautiful work there from him. Being really opportune there.
Yeah, very easy move, dude. Yeah. If Dame and Tertawi keep fighting, keep slowing each other down, are they...
Dame got past him.
Yeah.
I think that Tertawi might have made a mistake in his corner, just going a bit deep because he didn't look to get it done. Oh, is this contact between him and Kylie Boy? He's going to look up the inside. Yes, he is. I think Kylie Boy's just getting out of the way there, knowing it's not really his battle. Tertawi getting past as well. But he's going to look for the DRS, but he's not going to let Tertawi by. That's for definite. But he does in the end. He's going to be looking at the slipstream now. Just go back down there. He's going to be looking left, right. Can he get this move done? Kylie Boy. But I think he's a bit too far back now. Can't really get that move into turn 2.
No, absolutely not. But Dame really just being really opportunistic, just taking that and just, you know, running away with it, just going. And he really just took that in his stride. Obviously, Tertawi being slowed down by Kylie Boy, he really took a massive advantage from that.
Definitely. Also, crowding doors right on the back of Ben. So he's going to be under a fair bit of pressure as Tertawi actually gets a 3-second time penalty. So so that are actually like.
Yeah, he's on 6 seconds now, as well with the rest of them being on 3 seconds. Massey on 3 seconds, so he's going to have to start to get a bit of a gap to Wispy now to just, you know, keep him off his tail.
Yeah, it's Tertawi now looking left, right. Where's he going to go? He's done the dummy on Dame 0, and he's going to go up the inside of him into the corner, and he gets his move done, but he goes a bit deep, but always a contact there, but no damage once again. And he keeps that position there, but maybe not the best place to do it because Dame's going to have this long run down into turn, into the final corner, and then down into turn 2 after the big braking zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dame probably may have just given that position back to him a little bit easier because he's got this massive opportunity now. He's got DRS and overtake. He should really put it on now and just go for it. But he's not seeming like he's gonna. He's looking for the inside.
But this one thing, Tertawi's forced him into using this ERS. Like, Tertawi's only got 8%. Oh, he's going to look around the outside. Can he get the move done? Oh, he's right on his gearbox. He's going to send it out the inside. Can he get the move done? No, he's just a bit too far back. And Tertawi holds around the outside. Good driving there from those two. Oh.
Yeah. Great stuff from these two drivers, putting a great show on for us today.
I mean, it's not good for their race, but it's good for
us. It's great. It's great to see. It's great to see. But Dame has actually got 6 seconds worth of time penalties as well as Tertawi. So
that's because how bad track limits is around here.
Yeah.
As soon as you start fighting, you can be subjected to time penalties. Big words coming from me today.
Zakis Beast is on no penalties at all and on fresh mediums, 2 laps old. He may come out very well out of this if he just keeps it very clean, as well as Wispy. So So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen, because I was looking at the gap between Tauri and Wispy. A couple of laps ago, I think it was around 9 seconds. Now it's gone up to 13. So by fighting, these two have slowed each other right down and given Wispy and Massey, I mean, quite a big lead over these people.
I think if those guys can take that to the end, I'm not 100% sure how many laps it is, but I mean, it's going to be a long shot those guys taking them to the end.
Yep, sorry, Zach's Beast was very late on the brake side, turn one almost hitting Dave.
Alright. Thought someone was spun, then you're like, oh dear.
The Zach's Beast is getting very close, and Vinter Racing is going to be catching up to the back of this group as well.
Is this maybe Tauri's and Dame Zero's downfall from fighting all this time? They've given Zach's Beast, Vinter Racing the opportunity to catch up.
As much as they hate, obviously, having to give a position or let someone by, they really haven't helped each other out at all. I mean, if Tauri wasn't going for it as much, or I don't know, didn't really just stay back with it, they could have worked up and maybe catch up to Wispy. But because of this fighting and everything, they've really lost a lot of pace and a lot of time to Wispy.
Yeah, 100% there.
Speaking of the devil, he just picked up 3-second tyre penalties.
Yeah, it's not going good for these guys at the minute with penalties. Always Tauri just makes a little bit of a mistake. They're getting a bit too aggressive on that curve, just losing the back end. Yeah,
and as we've seen in qualifying, that has claimed a couple of victims. GR, I believe it was a Haas driver, and I believe Willa Howard was one of another DNF, so has claimed live.
Dame Zero, he's right on the back of Tauri. He's going to look up the inside into turn 2. Can he get his move done? Yes, he has. Plenty of room there to spare. It's Tauri in the fight back. We've seen him so far. This race is going to look up the inside. Dame's left a bit of a gap there, and Tauri's not going to say no to it, but he just couldn't get the nose in there with that speed.
Yeah, Dame really taking that opportunity and going with it. Now he's just got to run away and just see if he can get outside of 1 second, because if he's still in that 1 second, Tauri still has an opportunity.
Definitely. Tauri, he's got like 11% of his ERS, and it's a big struggle because Dame Zero is behind him. He's been able to set it, but Tauri's going to look around the outside now. But this is going to get that move done, so he's going to try and do the switch back. But he got on that curb. He's got the exit he needed. Overtake enabled. Dame's going to be. He isn't actually using his overtake, so he's going to be hoping for DRS down the main straight. And those two go side by side, and who's going to come out on top? It's Tauri. He gets that position done on Dame Zero once again.
Yeah, Dame just from that probably a little bit more of experience, just knowing that, let him buy on that straight, and then, you know what, I'm going to get past you on this straight, while to save some ERS. But, I mean, Tauri's been really aggressive. See him in sector 1 and sector 2. He was like, just moving, looking to the inside, and then just ruining his line. So that could really hinder Tauri.
One thing that could be is looking for his braking zone. I know sometimes I do that. I have to pull out a little bit to the left as Dame Zero's maybe going to try it again, but no, he's not going to do it. He's right there, but someone that is there is Zach's Beast. He's right on the back. Dame Zero's going to look around the outside now into this swooping right. He's there. He's right there. He's going to look up the inside. Can he get this move done? Oh, Tauri! Oh, that was close from those two, definitely. And Dame Zero actually is in front now, Tauri. Oh, but Tauri's not letting him have it. Still side by side. And Dame Zero finally gets that position done. Is Zach's Beast into this fight now. And yes, Zach's Beast overtakes Tauri. And this is good for Vinter Racing the opportunity as well. Vinter Racing's going to be looking around the outside. Can he get this move done? They're still side by side, and he gets that move done.
Tauri just lost 3 positions in the space of just seconds. And that, I mean, I don't know what happened. I guess it was just a little bit aggressive. Yeah.
Everyone. Well, no, him and Dame were fighting. He went out wide. There's nothing you could do about it. These guys have more speed.
Yeah, Vinter Racing absolutely diving it on Zach's Beast.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are all fighting. Dame Zero could be under a lot of pressure here now down the main straight, because he's got 3 guys behind him that aren't far behind, all within 5/10 of each other, and DRS and slipstream are going to be a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, Dane has just got to run away now, because as soon as he's out of that 1 second, it's really easy to just run away, you know. But
I bet he's sitting there like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
And here we go, is Zach is beast. He's going to look up the inside of Dame Zero. Can he get this move done side by side? Oh, there's a bit of contact. And Fintu Racing hits the back of him as well. And those two lose position, giving Tertawi back up into P4 as those two are running wide.
Yeah, Fintu Racing picking up some damage on his front wing. So that's, I believe it was his front light end plate. Let me just double check.
Yes.
Yeah, front right, sorry. So he's going to be slowing down a lot. Zach's Beast is going to want to get past, but that was very close between Zach's Beast and Dame.
Yeah, I think that was an incident that maybe shouldn't have happened. You could have waited.
I don't know what it was. I think Dame may have. I think he left enough space. Maybe, I don't know. I'd put that down as a racing incident, but we'll leave it up to the stewards. But you know what it does give? It gives Tertawi another opportunity to get past Dame.
Yeah, these two have been fighting at it all race if you're joining us now. But it's been really big from these guys here we're watching currently. Someone that's been quite quiet, ERN Massey, he's made his ways up through the pit stops on these 16 lap old medium tyres now. Can he take these to the end of the race? Because they're 11 seconds behind still with what?
Yeah,
8 laps left this race.
Yeah, I mean, I think Massey has done a great job because he's thought, I have no pressure from behind. Wispy is obviously slowly going away. Fintu Racing has popped into the pits to repair that front wing.
I saw that.
But I think Massey's just, you know, focusing on tyres, just, you know, focus on getting a clean exit, not getting too much tyre wear, and if he can probably take those to the end as well as Wispy. I definitely think if they really focus up on their tyre management, they can really, you know, pull ahead and maybe get a win. I just saw a wing fly off of someone.
Surely that was.
That's Dame.
He's got front left end plate damage.
Oh no.
That's big.
That is really big.
I don't know where he's done it, but he's done it somewhere. Tertawi's now making advantage of this. He's going to look around the outside of Dame Zero into this corner, and he's passed him already. I think Dame just let him pass there because of this damage. So is he going to pit for these soft compounder tyres and maybe see if he can get back into the points? Because Fintu Racing pitted for those tyres, and he's down in P13.
This is a tricky one because if he pits, is he going to be able to, you know, climb back up the grid quick enough? Because obviously Massey getting 25, he's going to dive into the pits. That's going to give an advantage on Massey in the championship because he's going to get out with more points. Obviously Dame's going to drop down really far down the grid. I don't know where he's going to come out, but if he can get up enough, get some points off of Massey, then it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Definitely currently down in P8. Yeah, Zach is Kylie Boy going up the sorry, not Kylie Boy. Crowd indoor going around the outside. Sorry, going up the up inside, and then the outside of Zach's Beast getting that move done up into P4.
Yeah. So
as Dame's come out, where's he going to come out? Fintu Racing coming. Yeah, Fintu Racing's got past him for P12.
Yeah. Obviously, they were battling with each other earlier, well, in that little group, and obviously Fintu Racing picked up front wing damage on the lap before, I believe. So yeah. So Tertawi's got an opportunity to, you know, try and catch up to Wispy, but with 9 seconds worth of penalties. Sorry,
he's going to chuck this one in the mix. Of course, Massey, I can't remember how many points it is, but he's going to take the lead of the championship if things end how they're currently going. Dame isn't going to get any points.
Well, I'm going to do some. I'll see that.
Maths.
I'll see that, and I'll have a look.
Quick maths.
I'll be back with you in just a minute.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, Massey now, P1. He's been here for quite a while now. He decided to go on the medium compounds after I think the safety car into the first lap. So he decided to get off those softs, go onto the mediums, and it's really worked for him. 18 lap old now, and he's just minding his own business up here. 2.6 seconds. And Wispy, I've just been seeing it slowly go down over the few laps. So Massey definitely saving his tyres now. Those two both got 3-second time penalties, I believe. So I think it kind of equals itself out. That it should do. No, actually, Massey's got 6 seconds, and Wispy's got 3 seconds.
Yep. So now Massey is going to be under threat. If Massey can pull that gap to 3 seconds, he's going to be taking the lead of the championship by 17 points if Dame does not get any points. So Dame, to be able to be equaling or being ahead of Massey, he has to finish at least second place. So I think Massey is going to be at the top of the championship by the end of this race. But who knows? With just, I believe, 6 laps to go, anything can happen.
Definitely, this race has flown by with the amount of action we've been seeing here from Division 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is for the championship as well. Dame and Massey. This is a really key race between the two drivers.
Definitely, Massey taking pole position here and getting spun around turn lap 1, coming into the pit, boxing, he's back up into P1. So really good recovery drive actually.
Yeah, he's done an absolutely fantastic job. Really good stuff from him. And then, so just coming back to Massey and Dame. So oh wait, never mind. Massey has pulled out that 3-second gap to Wispy. So I think he's well clear of him now.
He's controlling that gap well, isn't he?
Yeah, and Zaka Speed, so I think he's going to jump up a lot of positions because Teo Tawi has 9 seconds worth of penalties as well as crowding. So Zaka's Beast is probably going to steal that 3rd place. If I don't know. I think he's going to quite easily grab that 3rd place. So Zaka's Beast is going to pick up another a podium. That'll be really good for him.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, round here, especially with a bit struggling now. Everyone's kind of separated. The closest we've got is Crowding Dory, is 8 tenths behind Teratawi. Really pushing now. Teratawi and him have both got basically no ERN. So it's just pure pace at the minute and the fuel mixtures.
Yeah, Wispy's just dropped down below for a sub 3 seconds now. So Massey is going to start feeling some pressure now from Wispy. This is really going to spice it up because if Wispy can get that gap below 3 seconds as he's done now and keep it for the next couple of laps, he's going to be getting that win.
Oh, there we go. 3 seconds.
Yeah, there we go. Now 3 seconds. So
not Dame. ERN crowding right on the back of Teratawi, leaving each other plenty of room down into turn 1 where he gets that move done. Right on the back of his gearbox is Teratawi.
I mean, that was a great bit of racing going into that braking zone, getting very close to the gearbox.
But I think Fin2 Racing right on the back of Big G. Now this is for the point. It's not going to be many, but Dame Zero now looking left, right and centre on Fin2 Racing. Is he going to look up the inside now? He's there, but he's kept it nice and clean there. Big G going to be under a lot of pressure here on those 9 lap old mediums. And these guys behind on only 3 lap old and 2 lap old softs. They're going to have much more grip than him.
Yeah, I mean, just coming back to penalties as well. Dame picking up 12 seconds. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to be making any moves because Fin2 Racing has got 3 seconds. So even if he gets past, he's going to drop right back down again. Big G, obviously, no penalties as well as Recoil. But Farscope, Carly Boy and Ben, they all have penalties. I think Ben and Farscope may be overtaken by both ERN, Recoil and Big G.
Yeah. Penalty's going to be definitely big around here as ERN Recoil going up the inside of Farscope, sorry, around the outside of Farscope there. Getting that move done really nicely on those hard compounds of tyres, and maybe the medium compounds for fast scopes dropping off on this 8-lap hold. Is that some oh, that's 2 cars round. That's Dame Zero and Fin2 Racing were both round.
Oh no,
Dame
that
Zero's got broken front right end plate and the top of the front wing.
No.
And I don't know about Fin2 Racing. Yeah, exact same thing. So those two are both going to be pitting. So no points definitely for those two.
I don't know whether Fin2 Racing and Dame had a little bit of contact or what, but that is so
5 second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. And I think he's
Yep.
retired.
Yep. I think he's retired.
One of the two out of Dame Zero has.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's been such a frustrating race for him. There's just no point in carrying on. But I mean, there's always the opportunity for points, but obviously he doesn't think that at all.
We've missed this, but ERN Crowden's got past Tauri while I was watching that bit of incident there. Tauri's dropped down. Well, he stayed where he is, and Crowden's just got that move done nicely while we've not been watching, and pulled a 1.6 second gap.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff. Wispy bringing that gap down to 2.6 seconds. Looks like, I think Wispy is slightly quicker in the final section, sector 3. So maybe he just may have a little bit of a high downforce setup, but I'm not too sure. But I mean, he's up.
About that. Maybe Massey's got less wings.
Well, I don't know, because he gained a lot down that straight. Whether it was just gaining, you know. I think it may be the other way around. Wispy has a lower downforce setup, and Wispy has a lower downforce setup, and Massey has a higher downforce setup.
Yeah, it's just looking now on the penalties. Massey still with 6, Wispy with 3. Crowden Door with 12 actually, so he needs to pull from Tauri by 3 seconds.
3 seconds, yeah. He's got to go.
Yeah, Zaki's Beast got none, obviously, so he's possibly going to jump. He will jump Tauri at this point, and maybe Crowden Door.
I think
if on that.
I think that's a definite for Crowding Door for 12 seconds, because he's got a 6 second gap to Crowding. So he will quite comfortably be getting that.
The maths doesn't process for me. But someone that has a lot of penalties is Ben. He's got 17 seconds worth of time penalties up in P6. So he might drop a few positions. I think Recoil might even get him his teammate. Actually, yeah, he might. He will.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Wispy again. Looking down, sub 3 seconds now, and I'll back up 3 seconds. It is very close between these two drivers.
Lap. Could these guys, Massey and Wispy, both maybe? I don't know what their tyre wear is, but could they possibly be under pressure from a puncture? If the tyre pressure wears that high.
They've been taking the mediums 23 laps. And
that's a lot.
I don't know, that's a lot, but I mean, they would obviously have to pit for lap 10 for the softs, so they would usually take the mediums round here 17 laps. And I remember my mediums.
That's a big difference.
So they've taken them about 6 more laps more than what they should have done, and they're going to take them 7 laps more, in fact. So I mean, my mediums felt right by the end of it.
The Ferrari just losing the back end there and keeping it out of the wall. Great work there from Ben. F1. Doing a bit of Max Verstappen moment. Just missing the wall there as we rode on board. Oof. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. So I think they might be under a little bit of pressure from puncture, but they've only been taking them, 6-7 laps more, sorry.
Was ERN Crowden almost went into the back of Wispy there. He's right on the back of him now. DRS enabled, overtake enabled. Wispy now. These tyres are definitely dropping off. ERN crowding going round the outside. He's going to make this move comfortably. Oh, yes he is. So I thought there was going to be a bit of contact there, but left plenty of room.
I
Same
definitely
there
think
with sorry, Ben. He gets that move done nicely.
Sorry. I just definitely think Wispy should have made that a little bit easier for crowding, because he's got to notice he's got 12 seconds and Wispy's only got 3, so he's easily gonna get past crowding.
Yeah. Do you reckon crowding's just dominated for the brags? Doesn't matter where the time the game says I finished P2. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know,
it is actually a good pace to see, because he's on 14 and the guys are on 24, and it's much quicker. Looking at this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is going to be wrapping up this race today. Yeah, final lap. Yeah. 27. Well, it's been great stuff, hasn't it? Absolutely brilliant stuff.
If Wispy can jump massive, that's going to be close.
I'm really interested to see what these penalties do for the grid.
So currently now, ERN Massey coming round the final corner to take the win here in Russia at the minute. So he's come across the win, crowd in door P2, but he might get jumped by Wispy, that he will. So Wispy goes up to P2, ERN Massey winning the race. His teammate Teo Tau taking 4th place, good there, points for Racing Point. As the Ferrari comes across the line, hitting the wall with Ben there. So got lucky there that the line isn't a bit further up the grid. And Kylie Boy will be next across the line with the Ferrari Recall right behind there. I think he'll get the jump there. So Recall up into P7, Kylie Boy at P8. Big G now jumping up into P8, and Kylie Boy moving down to P9. Fast Scope P10, so picking up that final point. GR8 P11, Shadow Wolf P12, and his teammate Fintu Racing.
Yeah,
P13.
I think maybe
he's lost the back end. Oh, hits the wall there, but lucky it's last lap.
Yeah, I mean, these two guys are racing for the points, for more positions, because they're the same amount of penalties. Maybe I don't think Fintu Racing is too happy about that, especially being teammates. Yeah.
What was he going?
Oh!
Sends it off in style.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's it here for European Race Night. Division 3, round 17. It's a great work there from these guys. Really a lot of action here today.
Yeah, so that is going to see Massey into the lead of the championship by, I believe, 17 points. And Wispy has just come and said that his tyres were on 80%. So if
that was close, they go off at, they can puncture at 16%. 60%.
He was crossing his fingers, because blimey was that
almost
close.
on a bit of a Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they've been very lucky with that.
Definitely. Luckily, there's not too many. There's one high tyre, like, where the tyre's under a lot of pressure, but
yeah,
it's only
I think that's
one
turn
point.
3. Yeah. But great stuff. I don't know about you. A rundown
is in order.
Yeah. You know it. Here we go.
Yep.
So taking the win today at Russia is Massey. I mean, brilliant stuff from that Williams driver today, followed by Wispy picking up, I believe, his first podium. I'm not too sure. I will need to check that. Followed by Zackersby just picking up the final podium for 3rd place, followed by Crowding, Teotawi giving us a great show. Ben, Recall, Big G, Kylie Boy, Fast Scope, Shadow Wolf, GR8, and Fintu Racing. And obviously, our DNF finishers today are Dame, Redmond, Stocky, Willa Howard, and Aturk to finish off the grid for today.
Yeah, driver of the day. I think my driver of the day definitely Massey, having that instant turn 2, getting spun to the back of the grid, safety car helping him though, and bringing that all the way back into P1.
He's done a little bit of Perez, hasn't he?
Yes,
he really has, hasn't he?
Albon. Sorry, not Albon. George won it, but you know, personally, not good to talk about that. So yeah, brilliant work there for him. I don't know if you want to get him in, maybe.
Yep, I'll see if he responds. Yeah, I mean, That was absolutely amazing stuff tonight from Division 3. They've done a great job tonight, actually. So, really impressed with
They've
them.
kept us entertained, unlike
Absolutely.
some races. They can be a bit spread out, and it's a bit, but the Blaps went
Bit all
past.
over the place. Yeah, I mean, there was just lots of stuff going on, and it was absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really great stuff from Division 3. And today, our driver of the day is ERN Massey today, and he is with us. So, hello, are you all right there?
Yeah, cheers, thanks.
Yeah, you have got our driver of the day, if you couldn't tell already. I mean,
Thanks.
absolutely great stuff. I mean, how did you feel, turn one, it was just awful, shocking. How did you feel on that point?
There were some curse words said. I was in the party with G, Redmond and Stocky, and I don't know who it was. I look back at the clip afterwards. I've got the mirror on my thing, so I don't know who it was, but there's some few curse words. And then I swapped onto the mediums, and I wish I'd gone onto the hards at that point. And then when I saw I was in the lead, and I saw I could just about keep the gap to Dame, because I'm not gonna lie, that's the only person I cared about in that race. I was just looking at the gap, and it got past the point of no return. And I thought, I've got to stay out. And the last 5 laps, I think Wispy with Stone was doing the same thing. I think we were just we weren't accelerating out corners. I was staying off the curves. Because I think I finished like 70% tyres, and I thought I could not get a puncture now. But
Blimey, yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. We were like, are they going to get a puncture? I mean, you took,
Yeah.
I think, 20 laps or over that.
28.
28, and we were just like, is that going to be a puncture? And I was crossing my fingers. I was hoping you were going to get across the line, and you did. I mean, great stuff, and I think that is going to put you into the lead of the championship.
yeah, it does by 17, I think. I'm keeping my eye on it.
17 points, yeah, I was keeping an eye on it. Yeah, great stuff today.
Yeah, cheers, thanks.
Yeah, congratulations on our driver of the day here, Massey in Division 3. But unfortunately, that's all we've got time for tonight. We'd love to see more from Division 3, especially over the next race over Japan. That's it. Can't remember what the track name is. Suzuka, that's it. There we go. It's all coming back to me now. But you have to wait till next week, next Tuesday, to watch that. But until then, good night.